Julia, Nikki, Rosemary. I saw Linda in here somewhere. Is she on here? Is this true? Linda, she's sneaking out of work. She is sneaking out of work. We're going to get you onto camera as soon as you can. And as soon as you can, Linda, we'll get you to talk because I know you're probably limited if you can even talk at all, which is also, oh, look at this. Look at us. Hearts red. Look at it. Look at everyone almost. So amazing. We have had such an amazing summit. Oh my gosh. If this isn't like seriously my favorite subject, love heals. I mean, I'm such a February baby. February baby. Courtesy of Julia, mystery solved. This came, I didn't read the thing inside because I don't have glasses and the writing is this. And I didn't know who it was from. And I thought, wow, I love surprises. It's crazy. Anyways, so this is going to bring us to one of my favorite subjects. Especially today when I woke up with a sore throat. I must have been partying too much last night. Birthday. So I've been taking alt and I don't have anything here. I was kind of relying on Nikki. Yeah, there she is. Or Julia.
Happy belated birthday there, Marianne.
Oh, thank you. I have alt. I've been taking alt and air all day. I woke up. There it is. Thank you, Nikki. Hang on, I'm going to switch it over. I want everyone to see what it is. La 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 la. Oh no, that's not you. Oh, that's not you either. I guess you have to be speaker, and you have to be unmuted for.
Will that help?
There you go. Hang on. Yeah, say something.
Let me there see. You go. Alt is also one of my favorites, so you're right on the mark. But then they're all my favorites.
This one is actually the reason I joined. Well, not the reason I joined, but the reason I stayed, I think. So Linda is, so later on you will hear from Jose, who has a whole bunch of us in his group. And so Linda and I met at a networking group. And she was the first one to tell me about the product. And so this is about APLGO for anyone who thinks I'm going to be talking about something else. I'm not. It's APLGO. This is APLGO hour. This is what I call it officially. We've been doing this for over a year. And at noon, we have APLGO hour. And this is what we talk about because one of my purposes in life is to empower as many people and make them healthy, healthy, healthy. So we have a product called APLGO. I spoke to Linda. I was just starting up a meditation with, I was meditating on the mitochondria and the cell and the DNA. And I had recently just purchased, maybe a month before that, and a negative ionizer, I'll call it. And Linda's talking to me and I'm like, okay, this is going to be another sales pitch. I have to be polite because she's in my networking group, whatever. And she's saying, and she goes, yeah, it's made from the DNA of the plant. And I go, I'm sorry, what? It's made from what? What was that? DNA of what? Who? What? What did she say? Say that again. DNA of the plant. And I'm like, DNA of the plant. Well, that's different. And then, yeah, and they're all infused with negative ions in her sweet, cute little way. And I'm like, infused with negative ions? I just bought a negative ionizer. Oh my gosh, this is like so in line with everything I do. Okay, where do I sign? And the action, as you'll hear a little more later on in bank code, the action in me was like, here's my credit card. What's the largest amount that I need to be able to make the largest amount of money since I'm going to go do this? And if I do it as a business, I want to make the most amount of money if that's what I decide. But I'm still deciding because I don't know if the product's really any good. I haven't really tried it. I just kind of like the idea. So I signed up as a diamond because who the heck doesn't want to be a diamond, right? And you make the most amount of money anyways. So not that this is about the money for me. It's more about the product, but I like the money. Anybody here else like the money part? How about the trips? Guess who's leaving in 2 weeks for Dominican Republic for free? How many of us on here are going? 3 of us. Julia, myself, and Linda. So first Julie is going to be sharing a room with Linda, then I am, because Linda's the feature here. So, so I get my diamond kit. I think I had a summit that day because I know I was busy as all heck. And I wake up with this crazy sore throat. This is almost throwing me back into 2 years ago. And I call Linda and I'm like, okay, I got the kit. I got the whole box. There's this big giant box sitting in my living room. What do I do? Which one? Which one? My throat is killing me. I have a sinus headache. I don't know what's going on. I got a long day. I got a summit to host. I better be all friendly and, energetic. What do I take? Take the alt. Don't be afraid to take 5 or 6 of them throughout the day. Just space them out. Don't, take 2 right away if you need to, blah, 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 whatever. And I'm like, okay, that's all I need. And what else should I take? I don't know what she told me because I had all of them because in the diamond kit comes everything. So I take the alt and I take the alt and I take the alt and I take the alt. And I'm hosting a summit and I'm taking the alt. And I'm hosting a summit. I take the alt. The summit's finished. And so is my sore throat. And I'm like, what? What just happened here? My throat is not sore. My sinuses, maybe I can feel a little bit, but we'll see what happens tomorrow. But tomorrow everything was gone. I had a tickle in my throat. I thought, oh, I'm gonna get a cough. I better go buy some cough syrup. Better go get that disgustingly flavored one that works really well that I'm not gonna say the name of. And I'm just like, wow, what's going on here? I don't have a cough. I don't have a tickle. I don't have a sore throat. I can hear on both ears because both ears were plugged up. And I'm just like, no. So I call her and I'm like, is this possible? Is this what actually happens? Like, okay, this is what I did. Exactly what you told me to take 5, 6 throughout the day. Like, whatever I was taking once every 2 hours. I don't know. I had them all on my desk, which I still do. Some things never change. And I'm just like, okay, wait a minute. This thing actually works overnight like this. Like not even overnight, not even like over the course of a few hours. I had like what seemed to me like 100 symptoms. And now I had like one, which was a little tiny leftover only because I have extreme sinus issues. So if I go outside in the wintertime without a hat, I'm doomed. Not anymore because now I have alt all the time in my household. You cannot come to my house and I don't have alt. So I can maybe not have something else, but alt is here. So this product, which is $75 in Canada, and I don't know how much is it in the US, 60, Julia? You guys all US, $60, all natural, DNA of the plant, kosher, halal, no chemicals, no nothing, like vegan, like no GMOs, no nothing bad. Yeah. That's why 2 years later, I'm here, 5 trips later that I've won 5 in 2 years, 5 in 2 years. If you're an entrepreneur and you're looking for some extra money and nobody but you pays for your trips, you need to come over. You need to come talk to us. Because all of us are in love with the company. And so now I'm going to shut up for a moment, probably not for that long, so don't get all happy. And I'm going to let the other girls talk. I think Linda, I'm not sure how long she has, but I know she's at work and I don't want her getting fired. So I may let her go first and I will stay quiet. Linda, go for it. You can give us whatever testimonial you would like.
Oh, Marianne, thank you so much. It's such a privilege and an honor to be with you on this stage. And I'm just thrilled to pieces that you saw what I saw immediately when I took the product and saw the product and when was told about it, because we were kind of like, you were in Canada. There wasn't really anyone in the United States because Julia and I started day one when it when it opened here in the United States, and it's just been incredible. And I couldn't say more as far as, yes, it's an outstanding product, but the business and the income and the opportunities that the company has provided and the travel and all of those things as a business owner, because I've run businesses for 30 years that were always on my bucket list. And I'd go someplace a day ahead and I'd stay an extra day after. But it wasn't the excursions, it wasn't the elite places that I've had the privilege to be a part of here. And it's just been incredible. Thank you so much again for allowing me to be here. And it's just so exciting to see so many of the team that's here, Nikki and Rosemary. And I know there probably are some others that weren't able to jump on today, but it just brings me tears to see, Marianne, what you are doing and instilling others and empowering them with an incredible opportunity. Again, yes, the product is amazing, but the business opportunity and the income and that piece of it that we sometimes don't always talk about, but we actually should, because it's so different from everything else that's out there. And so thank you so much. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to stay on. My phone's been semi-quiet this morning. I did block some time off. So I'd like to try to stay around a little bit longer. I don't know if I'll be able to be on in the afternoon, but again, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And thank you so much for sharing. And gosh, thank you so much for introducing me to, first of all, the whole company, the product, the whole company and everyone, Tina and Kelly. And of course, more than anyone else other than you, Julia, who has had to put up with, roughly, I don't know, how many things in the 2 years, how many questions do you think I've called you with? Maybe 6,000 in the last 2 years. And she answers every single one. And I'm like, if people will ask me questions, I'm like, oh my God, I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. You got to go call Julia. She is information central for us. She is one of the strongest leaders I have ever met in my entire life. This woman will do anything for us. Okay. It helps that she's a graphic arts designer and she makes my my posters for these events, and she comes to these events. Not only that, but she does all kinds of stuff for us, but she makes us a separate website that nobody else in the company has other than our team. How cool are we? And how blessed are we? In that website is everything that you could ever ask for. White papers, which I don't even read white papers, first of all. Second of all, I operate a lot as a doctor of metaphysics. I operate a lot on energy. It's energy for me all the way. If it feels good, it works and it will work, and so on and so forth. But some people need the white papers, and it's really good to have. But not just that, but like you can sign up all for like you can see everything. I don't even know what she's probably updated and put something that I haven't even seen in the last month or so in there. This woman does more for us. She's like our what do you call it when you den mother? When we're in college and we're like kids playing around and goofing off and going out when we're supposed to be studying. No, there she is, wheels us right back in. And I get both of them, both her and Linda. In like 2 weeks, we get to see each other in Dominican for free. Sorry. Okay, I'm going to stop talking for a minute. Go for it, Julie. I know you want to. I know you want to.
I didn't know if it was my turn though. I was like holding back. I didn't know if Nikki or Rosemary or Amanda or someone else wanted to share. I am just so excited to see you ladies. Happy Valentine's Day. When I was a little girl, my mom would always give us Valentines from Cupid. I always think that is amazing. I just looked at my phone. I've been so blessed to have some love coming in from some of my family members today, all of us talking to each other and having a good old time. It's been wonderful. So I have to tell you that I don't know if you guys know this about me, that I'm a marketing consultant for several years. That's what my background was. So it wasn't really just graphic design. It was like building websites and helping businesses, and mostly helping independent business owners to make more money. And that was always the focus. When I was a kid, my dad and mom owned their own business, and I was about 8. And I went into my dad's office, and he had this wall with all these little cards on them, and they were like postcards, but long and skinny. And I remember I said, Daddy, what are those? And he said, those are bill stuffers. So when he would send out somebody's invoice, he would have a bill and he would put it inside. And it was to remind them all about why they do business with my dad. And I said, oh, that's really cool. What is that called? And he said, that's called marketing. And I said, well, I want to do that. And so that's where I got hooked, and that's what I like to do. But it's funny because every smart business owner knows that multiple income streams is what equals financial security. But I know, let's be real, you don't really have time for a second full-time job, right? Like, I know. So that's where passive income comes in, and passive income is the answer. So that's why I like to show entrepreneurs how to add a luxury wellness brand into their business with no additional stress. And that is what this is. It's effortless, it's stable, it's scalable, and it's built for long-term wealth. And I know that this is what works, but what really backs that up is excellent compensation and an amazing community. And I say that because there are a lot of different nutritional and nutraceutical products on the market, but there's nothing like this. This is completely different than anything I'd ever heard of. And this is a product that I wanted to share with business owners, independent business owners, as well as teams like chiropractic offices, wellness centers, and things like that, that could add in a sustainable product that would keep people coming back for more and more and more over long term. So I've been using this product now for 4 years. I look completely different than when I started. If you believe in quantum jumping, it looks like I've had a quantum jump into a different timeline because I look so different than where I started. I feel like a completely different person, but I also have a network of people that I can lean into and that know the real me. I was listening to Dr. Oliver Reed, a few minutes ago, and he talked about cross-contamination, and he talked about being yourself and being your real self. And I will tell you, I was getting ready for this call and thinking to myself, the people that I knew in my old life, even people I went to high school with, I don't think they really know me like you all know me. The real me, the loving me, the me that shows up. And I can show up as my authentic self to you all because I have real true health now, and a way to build wealth, and something to show you all that is just unbelievable. And that's my healing love story, because I work with people who are so open with telling me how much they love me. And I am so open with telling you how much I love you. I don't feel embarrassed or, oh God, what will they think? I just can bring that energy, and I can show up that way. So thank you for letting me show up today. I love you. I love you very much. And I love you all that are on this call. It's like, I don't want to cry because I could cry about how touched I am by everybody who comes here. And the other piece of the love story is this. Thank you for loving yourself. It's easy to love a partner, a parent, a pet. A partner, a parent, and a pet. It's easy to love a partner, a parent, and a pet. It is harder to love yourself, especially, and I know this is a throwback statement, especially as a woman, but it's true. You as women, you as men, you as entrepreneurs, love yourself. Give yourself some real love. Give yourself the gift of staying healthy so that you can build your business. If nothing else, try our most basic immunity product, which is my favorite flavor by all means. It's called Grow and tastes like grape. Build your immunity today. Do not wait. Get on, yes, Grow. Nikki's holding it up for us. Get on that product ASAP and share it with every single person you love. And if you love somebody who's a sole proprietor, tell them how imperative it is to build another income stream and to build their immunity, because those two things are the only insurance policy that I have ever had in 22 years of running, 23 years of running my own business. Thank you. I love you. Happy Valentine's Day.
Can I just add this, because Julia did not discuss this, and I hope she doesn't get embarrassed or anything, because I know she's talked about this before. I'm just going to add this puppy to the actual, so Beauty, BTY, is not only great for collagen for your skin, but also for your ligaments and tendons, because as we get older, they all get weaker. But if you add this to the grow that my Vanna White over here just showed a minute ago, Nikki Cruz, the grow and this will do wonders for your hair. So Julia had not that long hair, and now she has hair past her butt, past her hot little butt. And look how long it is. And I'm not joking. More hair. The problem I'm having with, which is one of the reasons I'm wearing this now, is that my hair, I've been taking a little extra grow because it's February and I like to go outside, and I sometimes will get a sore throat and sick. And so I'm taking some extra grow. I'm giving it to my dog as well, just so y'all know. I don't have kids, but if you have kids, I'd be giving them to there. And it's making my hair grow. And now I have a bunch of these little hairs that are all growing in, and they won't sit, so I have to put this thing on it. So I've been wearing hats and different things. You'll see me on there, which is totally okay. That's such a good problem to have, right? And yeah, and also your ligaments and tendons could use it as well. And who doesn't want to stay healthy? Does anybody actually want to be sick? Like, come on. Oh, anyways, can we just talk about this product for like 1 minute before we go on to the next person? This is our brand new product. There was like 3 or 4 of us together the other day, and we're trying to decipher what exactly it's done for us. And it's so good. It's actually called Lifetime. And now there's 2 Vanna Whites here, myself and Nikki. And it's a stem cell regenerator. Listen up. You heard me right. Stem cell regenerator with a telomere extension, not hair extensions, telomere extensions. Like, okay, if you didn't think it was possible, it is. And it's all in a candy form. It tastes amazing. It's mango flavor. And you can get it from me or any of these beautiful females. Whoever you feel drawn to, that's who you should go to. So we were sitting around trying to figure out what this has done for us, because we've been taking it now for about 2.5 months. And I'm like, I can't pinpoint exactly what it's doing for me, because like let's say with this one, it'll give me energy. And I know that it'll give me energy, and I'll feel the energy. And I can tell you 2 hours from now, I'm going to still be, you know, jumping up and down, and I won't need coffee. With this one, it's a little bit different because it's long term. All I know is I can think better, I can see better, I feel better. I'm doing more. I tried to do this new exercise to try to, because I have a bad knee, so therefore my thighs are not as strong. And so now I'm doing this exercise that I haven't really been able to do for the last 5 years. And I'm like, okay, I don't know, but I think I'm stronger. I think I'm more energetic. I think I'm healthier. I just think I'm healthier overall. And I can think better, even though we have the most amazing brain product, which I have a number of clients now taking for dementia, for ADD, ADHD, and I have a bunch of ex-pro football players and pro hockey players that are using it on their several, I don't even know how to say this properly. Now I'm trying to create my own English language. Severally accumulated concussions over the course of their careers, anywhere from 6 to 18, I've heard. Okay, pretty intense. And this has been helping all of them. So it has helped my friend's mom's sister, has pretty advanced, yeah, I know, pretty advanced Alzheimer's, and she hasn't been able to recognize her own sister for the past 2 years. And she started giving her the brain, and now I've added this, but this is just now because we just got the product, it's brand new. And she's been able to recognize her for the first time in 2 years. That's the kind of awesomeness that I'm talking about. In a candy that tastes good. No choking, no grossness, no nothing. No nothing. So I'm going to stop talking again. It's hard, but it does happen once in a while. I'm going to ask Rosemary to share one of her stories with us. She has a really great testimonial that I love listening to. Go for it, Rosemary.
Good afternoon, everyone, and it's always a pleasure to be here. Lovely to see you all, and happy Valentine's Day to all of you. I hope you're having an amazing day. I was introduced to this through Marianne, probably about, I'm going to say a year and a half ago or so. And I had already done all those things. I've taken things, I've taken supplements, I've taken, shakes and all sorts of nutritional stuff. So like everybody, I was a little bit skeptical and I said, I'll try it. I'll just give it a shot, see how it goes. And we talked about some of the issues that maybe I was going through that, to sort of steer me in the right direction of which lozenge to take. And two of them kind of came up quite strong. And one of them was my sinuses, my breathing, throat issues that I had. And it was already mentioned earlier today, but it was alt, it was suggested to me, and air. And both amazing products. But when I first got introduced to it, I said, okay, I'll try it. I'll give it a shot. And it's candy. Who doesn't love candy? And it's all nutrition, fresh fruits and herbs and all sorts of wonderful things. So there's nothing that's going to interact with anything else I was taking. And I was taking other prescription medications. And I thought, and a lot of people have said that to me, will it interact or will it, will it confuse the issue when I'm taking, blood pressure pills or whatever? And I said, no, it won't. And it doesn't. But the best part of it, actually, and I haven't mentioned this before, is that if you're a dessert person, that's what I do for dessert. I will pop one of those in my mouth and I don't need any dessert. So that's another little plus on that. But there were a lot of products and I narrowed it down to a couple, one of which was the alt for my breathing and my sinuses, of which I had a lot of problems with. But the second one is the one I'd like to talk about a little bit about, and it was around joint pain. I had a lot of sort of arthritic joints, hips, knees, that aging thing. I'm not old, so anyway, I got this aging thing where my knees and my ankles and everything are starting to kind of act up on me. So she introduced me to a product called Soul, SLD, sorry. Yeah, we all got it. It's here. I got it. I use it every day. And it's for like inflammation in the joints, all that stuff. And the second one on there is this one, STP. And that is for the pain, muscle pain, joint pain, all of those, which I had a great deal of. So I started taking them. And while I was taking them, an event was coming up, which is the reason I wanted to mention them. And up till that point in my life, and I mean in my life, I never wore heels. I couldn't. I had very weak ankles and I would, it'd kind of roll in my ankles all the time. So I never wore heels. And anyway, I was going to this big event and I was thinking, you know what? I want to try and get something new for myself, get a new outfit, whatever, for this. And I came across looking for new shoes. And yes, of course, I went and looked at the flats, but I came across a heel, like a real heel, 2, maybe 3 inches. I'm not sure, I remember. Fell in love with it, had to have them. And I thought to myself, okay, I'll try it, see how long I can wear them. And I'll take my flats with me so I can exchange it if the time, was that I needed to change them. So maybe it'll last an hour, half an hour, I don't know. But I took both pairs of shoes to the event. And you know what events are like. You're up and you're down, you're walking, you're talking, you're all over the place. You're not sitting still. I put them on first thing in the morning at this event. Approximately maybe about 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon. One of my coaches came up to me and told me how great I looked. My gosh, you look amazing. I've never seen you in heels before. Oh my gosh. It was at that point that I realized that I had been wearing heels all day long. And I didn't feel any issues. There was no pain, there was no stress. My knees, everything were okay. And I totally forgot that I was wearing them. That was when I realized that I'm sold. This is it. I can't live without it. And I can't. I've been taking them all the time now, ever since I first started. And when I talk to other people about it, they get sold on it too. So it's like, wow, something that really, really works. And those are just two of the very many products that are out there. And I do take a lot of the others, some of which were already mentioned, but these two are the ones I really wanted to talk about because it changed my life for the better in that I love wearing heels now. And it's nice to be able to wear heels and go to an event and not feel like I'm going to fall apart and stress. So thank you there very much for that. I can't live without them. And like I said earlier, it's candy. Who doesn't love candy? And just popping one in your mouth every once in a while is a good thing. But the fact that it's like candy, having the benefit of all natural fruits and herbs is amazing. Perfect combination of whatever they put into it. Each one are different and each one are connected to a particular part of what your issues are, whether it's your heart, whether it's your lungs, your kidneys, your breathing. I can't say enough good things about this product. I'm sold for life.
Yay.
Thank you.
Me too. And I just want to say, I just happen to know Rosemary. She lives down the street from me. Well, half an hour down the street, but still, nevertheless, down the street. And she just recently moved. And can I just can you just tell us how old you are? If you don't, I
How
will.
old?
Yes.
70.
70. She did have obviously some help moving, but she's been unpacking the whole time. And it's been SLD.
I boxed, I packed, I did the moving, I shuffled bins and boxes.
Yeah.
That would never have happened in the past, ever.
And yeah, that's really, really, I just wanted to bring that out. But I love her story about the heels because that is imperative. Like I wouldn't be doing this summit. I would have woken up. I wouldn't have been able to. I took a couple of SLDs because it's always good to take down inflammation. So I use that one a lot for a lot of my clients too. I refer them out. Almost everyone has inflammation. Okay, put it this way. If you're over 40, you've got inflammation. If you think you don't, you're kidding. Like you're really kidding yourself. If you're over, I'm going to go out on a limb and say if you're over 30, there's going to be someone.
I'm over 30, just a little bit.
If you're over 30, you're going to be suffering from some level of inflammation. If you're active, this is, so that's why that one's good. In the meantime, I just wanted, so Amanda won't be able to join us. She's stuck at the doctor. She's having some blood work done and she thought she'd be done. So she won't be here and Tammy has to work. So we get extra talk time. I want to talk about this product, which is hugely important. If you are looking for gut health, if you have any kind of digestive issues, MLS is amazing. And the biggest sort of superpower the MLS has is, thank you, Vanna. The biggest a plus that it has is that it will kill off parasites. So if you think you don't have parasites, joke's on you, you do. And if you have a pet, you have more parasites. I give this to myself and to my pet, my dog, and anyone else who comes near him if they want it. Because if I love my dog, I will never stop hugging and kissing him until the day he has to cross the rainbow bridge, or I do, one or the other. But I am giving him these because I want him healthy. My dog is 10 and a half and behaves like he's 3. Even the vet didn't think he was 10 and a half. Even the vet said, "Are you kidding?" He goes, "I thought maybe 4. And I'm like, okay, 4 times 2 plus. And this one in conjunction. So this will kill off the parasites. It will take off a lot of the inflammation. You should add the SLD, the one that is for inflammation. And you should do my other favorite product, which is the visceral fat killer. The visceral fat killer. The visceral fat killer combined with the parasite killer. You want health? You want good health? Here you go. These 2. Boom. And I lost 16 pounds in 1 month with this product alone. This product. You add this to it and you can't even imagine. And get some extra water into your body. And 3.5 inches off my hips. And I believe it was 2.5 or 3 inches off my waist. That's all I'm going to say. I didn't try that hard. All I did was go for a half an hour walk, maybe once a day, or maybe I did it in 15 minutes and 15 minutes. That was it. Like, I mean, I do that anyways because I have to walk my dog, obviously. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to let you talk to Vanna White now. Nikki Cruz, please tell us about your experience, and I will try to find the product. I don't know what you're going to talk. Oh, are you going to talk about air? Because I have that here.
I'm going to talk about air and my favorite, NRM. You know, I've not been a great believer in natural products because people tend to say, "Oh, stop taking your medicine, take all natural products." Well, that immediately turns me off because I've had health challenges all my life. And Linda shared on a group I was in about these products, and I thought, okay, well, let me just find out. And just to be supportive, I actually went and got a box of this from a distributor with absolutely no thoughts of taking them or that it would work. I was just supporting her business. And you know what? My sugar was high one day. I am diabetic. My doctor called me a type 1.5 diabetic because I'm insulin dependent, but I am a type 2 diabetic. And my sugar was high. And I thought, I'm so tired of these shots. And in fact, I was just too lazy to get up, go to the fridge and get the syringe. So I thought, okay, well, these are on my desk here. I'll try one of them. And I put it in my mouth and I thought, this is sweet. How can this possibly help me? My sugar was running at 234. I so distinctly remember. And within 10 minutes, it had dropped. I took one. I just took one. Within 10 minutes, it was down to 195. Within an hour, it was down to 110. And if you're diabetic, you know that that's within normal range. Now, I thought, okay, well, that's coincident. It wasn't actually this because I have to be a doubting Thomas. But the next day, my husband, who isn't on insulin, sugar was sky high. It was over 300, which is kind of dangerous. So I said, okay, well, try one. I still didn't really believe it was the NRM that had done it. And NRM helps your body and normalizes your sugar levels. So I gave him one, and within an hour, his sugar was down to 270. And he took another one, and within an hour, his sugar was down. Now, I know this because I have a sugar meter. So this was one way. You know, often you take things and you don't know if it's doing anything. So I have proven results on my sugar meter, my glucometer, that this works. So I thought, okay, nice one. That's a great coincidence. Nice, healthy supplement. Tastes good. I'll buy a box just to keep you, just in case. Then one day I wasn't feeling too good. And being asthmatic, my breathing wasn't good. And I moved on to the next product, which was, I'll let Marianne be Vanna White at the moment, is my air. You can tell I've got a lot of boxes around me. Air. And air helped my breathing. And being asthmatic, you worry about all the allergens and everything around. So what did I take for that? And I really started to clear it. But you know what was amazing? I just want to know if it works. I don't want to know what's in it. I don't want to know all these scientific things and all the rest. So how do I know what to take? I phone someone in the community. First touch, Marianne, she always has the answer of what to take. What the compensation details are. Marianne's a bit like me. Don't ask her for those kind of details. So we've got Julia. So we use our community so powerfully. Julia trains us on how to actually functionally work the business. And we all share the knowledge we've got and the experiences we've got. This is not something you get into because you want to go and hide in a corner and stand on your own. This is something you get into because you love other people enough to want them to be healthy. And you love yourself enough, be healthy yourself. So starting off thinking, oh, I'll never have all these products. Well, you've seen me hold up a few boxes. I have every single one of the products here because when there's something that somebody is struggling with, I want the opportunity to be able to help them and say, look, this works, try this. So for me, I'm super passionate about this, about all of these products, because I've heard the testimonies, I've seen them work, and just like the others, I've got all this crazy hair growth that I have to try and control, all this new hair, because I'm also taking the BTY, what it's done for my skin. And if you don't know what to take, think about what you want. If you're looking for the beauty product for the hair and skin, it's called BTY, as in beauty. Sugar normalization, NRM for norm. I just think that if there's any ailment, any challenge you've got with your health, call one of these ladies and ask what can help with it. Because every box has a 30-day supply of these amazing lozenges that you suck. And somebody said to me, how do you give it to your cat? My cat, we thought, was going to die. And I started giving my cat candies. Marianne was telling me what to give the cat. The cat was just knocking these off the table. My cat is fine. And you know what? How do you give it to the cat? You dissolve it in water. That's all. You dissolve it in their water. You don't expect the cat to sit there and suck it unless you're a little bit nuts, which we all are, because we have an amazing happy. So on those days when you're just struggling, when you're a bit overwhelmed and you're all uptight and anxious, you can take some relax. It'll make you sleep. Don't take it if you're about to go into a meeting, please. You can take some relax, and then you can take some happy. It sounds like a joke, but it works. And I have somebody close to me who suffers with bipolar disorder. So their brain is often foggy. So they take brain, and you can tell the days when they've lost their brain. Literally. You can tell the difference. And we actually walk around going, where's my brain? Where's my brain? Because it really is a powerful product that you get to use to help you get rid of that brain fog, get that clarity, especially if you've had the flu or been sick. Okay. I've been on so many medications all my life. They're addictive. They produce solutions, yes, but they also produce problems. These candies don't produce problems. I have a joke that says when you have more than one medicine bottle next to your bed, it makes babies. Ever noticed how it grows and you've then got hundreds of medication bottles next to your bed? Well, the only reason this makes babies is because you're adding another amazing supplement because you love yourself enough. So on Valentine's Day, what are you going to choose to spoil yourself with? Which candy are you going to choose because you deserve it? Connect with one of us. It's amazing. I did not believe this stuff would work. I don't know the technology. Well, I kind of know the technology about it, behind it. But when you need those answers, I can refer you to someone who does. And the training provided about the candies and about the business is unmatched in any other community I've ever been in. So it's all about you. It's about how you want to love yourself and how you want to love other people. Because once you've started using these, you'll want to tell everyone about it. And now I'll be quiet and hand it over to Marianne.
Oh, I have to talk again. Oh my gosh, poor me. I did want to mention that I've had now a few clients now that have taken this after having a pneumonia or while in the process of having pneumonia. It's air. Although ice is good too. And this is so powerful. And not only that, but it will actually take down a fever. No joke. I've had it on myself. So I know for sure that it's real. It will take down. I'm not going to say it's going to take down your fever. It might react differently in your system, but it probably will. Now, if your fever is like 100 and something, I don't know what, like really crazy, you might have to go see a doctor. Don't be, trying to play with just this, but I don't get very, very high fevers. I just have, this. And so for my lungs, I've always suffered with bronchitis and sinusitis. Like those two are my big ones. So Alton Air for me, like this will clean up the mucus inside of your brain like nobody's business. Plus there's so many good things in here. Even if you didn't have anything wrong with you and you just took it, you'd be awesome and awesome. But I did want to not let Valentine's Day go by without talking about heart. So I take heart. I didn't have a heart attack. I don't really have deep heart issues that I know about. I mean, I could eat better, couldn't we all? But I eat pretty okay. But my circulation is a little bit slower, because I'm a little bit older. It slows down as you get older. That's the reason I use it. My friend who had a heart attack at 44 and has to watch everything, she uses it and she says she feels absolutely amazing. Blood pressure, high blood pressure, low blood, or whatever, it'll balance. And just in general, it'll make you feel better. How much time do we have? Oh, I definitely wanted to talk about HPR, which is basically a liver support / mild liver cleanse. Super easy. Do not take too many of these because if you go to bed and you take them, which is the best time to take them, if you take two at the same time, which I've done, you will wake up very angry because one of the emotions that sits in the liver is any kind of anger we might be having. And I'm sure we all have some. So don't just stop trying to pretend you don't have any. That's probably not going to happen. And I remember taking two one day. I woke up and I'm like, why am I so angry? Like for no reason. Nobody did anything. Nobody said anything yet. And nobody was here. Lucky doesn't even talk. He's my dog. And I'm like, what? Why am I so angry? What's happening? Anyway, so that's that one. We also have hormone balancers, both for men and women. This is the testosterone balancer. For some reason, I cannot find my power for women, which is really great, calcium, iron, etc. for that. This one will help to balance out your prostate, gentlemen. And for anyone, whether men or women, it will help to strengthen your bladder. That's all I'm going to say on that note. I do want to tell you just some of the things it is not and some of the things it is, I guess, because it is halal and kosher. It is dairy-free, gluten-free. It's vegan. It's non-GMO. It's nut-free, alcohol-free, cruelty-free, it's non-toxic, it's drug-free, egg-free. It is FDA approved and it is Health Canada approved. So that is what we have to say to you about our amazing product. APLGO, please connect with one of us and we will be happy to help you. And I see my next speaker is here. Thank you so much, ladies, for joining. Thank you, Linda, for taking time out of work, Julia, out of your crazy busy day and trying to manage the rest of our team and dealing with all of us with our 58 billion questions. Thank you, ladies, for your stories.